Hey, you all, thank you so much for popping on for another Workouts with Rob. Today we're going to work on shoulders, neck, and kind of like core and sides. I like to do core almost as often as possible because I have this like core that needs some work. And so it's definitely something that I focus on a fair amount. But I like to do this spiel at the beginning of every single one of these videos. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I really appreciate it. Please click like down below. Subscribe to the channel. There's tons of other workout videos on there. We've been doing this for about 3 weeks now or so. If you have any suggestions on stuff you want to work out, go on and drop it in the comments. And remember, I am not a certified personal trainer yet. I will be getting my certification after our baby comes this summer. But as of right now, I just like to work out. I like having other people work out with me. Our gyms are closed because we're in the middle of a quarantine for the COVID-19 pandemic. So I really appreciate you guys being on here and joining us. Once again, though, since I am not a professional, you do not have to do everything I say exactly to T. You want to make sure that you only do stuff that's going to be comfortable for you. Modify any of these exercises to work best for you. Just remember, while we're doing stretching, which we're about to get started, as you see the other ladies are starting already, when you're stretching, make sure you're breathing. If you hold your breath while you're stretching, you don't get the same sort of stretches. Same thing with you do planks and other movements like that. When you're locking down into that kind of stuff, you definitely want to make sure you continue to breathe. The more you breathe, and especially when you're exhaling, the deeper your stretches will get. So let's start today by getting warmed up, doing some stretches. Stretch out the legs, stretch out your arms, stretch out your neck, shoulders, things like that, because we're going to be working on our shoulders, our neck, and our core today. So go ahead and get your stretches started, and we will get going here in a couple of minutes. I'm so sore from yesterday. Why is it stretches are like my favorite part of this? I don't know why I picked shoulders. My shoulders are sore. I write these things down and I don't think too much through them. All right. Let me stretch out my back some. All right. So we're gonna start on our backs. We're gonna do some crunches. But the new one that I just found that I thought would be kind of cool to try. So we're gonna cross our leg. So you're gonna crunch, but you're gonna have like the figure four, kind of like this stretch. And then when we do the crunch up, you want to match your opposite elbow to the knee that's up. And we'll do about 5 to 10 of these, and then switch legs and switch elbows and do 5 to 10 of them. The key is we're really trying to change up what set of our core, like what part of our abs we're working. So when we're doing that crunch up, we're actually going to be doing kind of this, not the full side part, but it's actually going to be like this part of our abs. So it's not the middle, it's going to be like right about here, which is pretty sweet. And then we're going to do the opposite side. So we're going to try and work that and try and get more of the side abs today. But we're also going to do low abs from just straight crunches after this too. So not going to be able to laugh tomorrow. All right, now we're going to do the 5-second leg lifts. I'll let Sam catch up. Remember, we're going to do 3 full sets of these too. So just about 10 reps per each should be fine. Today, what we're going to do when we do leg lifts, instead of laying completely prone to start, we're going to do V-shape. Hi, Rosie. You going to help? You going to chew on the yoga mat? Yeah. She loves chewing on the yoga mat. I don't get it. So for leg lifts today, we're going to start like a V shape, or we're going to start with just an angle at our back. So use your arms to kind of hold yourself up a little bit. So instead of doing leg lifts flat on our back, it's going to be more like this. So you go up to a V and then slowly go down. And the reason why I call them 5-second leg lifts is everyone's got their animals coming in today. Is to 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down. So you do it really slow and controlled, and you'll really notice it in that lower part of your core here. And just do about 5 to 10 of them. Oh, man, shoulder. If I don't come out of this quarantine stronger, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I can already see the difference.
Yeah, I could definitely tell. The scale hasn't moved too much for me, but the problem is that I've already lost so much weight in my process over the past couple of years that it's like, if I do lose any weight, I gain it back almost double in muscle. And so the scale keeps staying in one spot, but the like my tonation and the way my shirts fit and stuff is always getting better. You guys both have dogs that just want to play.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Puppy. Rosie, my cat, was here for a second. Now I hear her overeating food. So she's doing the opposite of working out. All right, so now we're gonna do straight crunches. So this is the one where you're gonna lay it flat on your back and we're gonna reach for our feet. So we're kind of doing all the way across this lower part of our abs for right now.
They're also called penguins.
Which ones?
Penguins.
Penguins?
Penguin, yeah, that's what it's called. Penguin. Like this?
Well, instead of going side to side though, we're just gonna go straight.
Oh, okay.
It's really that focus of rolling your head up and then each piece of your spine, your vertebrae, really curl up and squeeze the bottom part of your abs and then curl back down. You don't have to go all the way up though, Sam, just about halfway. So you're really just squeezing that and then coming back down. Thanks though, Tammy, because I'm adding in penguins for tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, and about 10 of those. So now we flip over to downward dog shoulder press. So it's kind of like a push-up, but you want to get your butt up in the air and piked out. So you're really doing a shoulder press and less of a push-up. It should be affecting you up here and not across the chest. And the top of your head should go down to your mat or down to the floor and back up and not like your face. Once again, about 10 of those. Now we're going to stand. We're going to move on to our necks. And this one is going to be really simple. We're just going to do side to side with your neck. But really, as you're doing it, you really want to, since we don't have any like weight or anything that's really creating that resistance, you want to really focus on slow and straight, slow and straight. And really feel that stretch come down your neck and through your shoulders. And do about 5 to 10 on each side. Oh, that was a good crack. My cat really wants to work out today. I thought I tired her out beforehand too, because we played with a toy for like a half an hour before we worked out. So about 10 of those, and then we're gonna do forward and back, but the same concept. And when you go back, don't let yourself collapse. Like don't have your shoulders come up, you don't wanna collapse. You wanna keep your spine tall. So when you go back, you're not gonna really go back very far. Because you want to feel that stretch here in the front of your neck, but you want to make sure that this doesn't collapse down. Same thing with when you go forward. So it's really just focusing on using those neck muscles and controlling it. And if you want to make it tougher, you can use like your bungee thing that you have, Tammy, and you can do them one direction with a bungee and then do one direction with the bungee, so you put some resistance into it. But I figured since
back of my head and then the front of the head.
yeah, you know, like if If you have like a bungee, you can put it to the front of your head and then push. And then the same thing with the back of your head. It just puts a little bit of resistance in it, but you don't really have to, because the real focus is just trying to use those muscles without letting your body collapse down. Sometimes it helps by focusing on keeping your shoulders down, and it's hard to keep your shoulders down when you're using the bungee. So it's kind of a hit or miss with them. It's whatever you all think is going to be easiest for you. We're really just trying to use and activate those muscles in your neck, which we don't tend to use too much, especially when we're just sitting around the house most of the time. I noticed the other day I went out for a drive to go get it's funny because it's like I go shopping for my dad now and I do his laundry because I don't want him going out because he's in his 80s and he's a 2-pack-a-day smoker. And
Yeah.
so I really try to make sure that I help him out. So now I feel like I'm taking care of him so much more. So I drove to go get his laundry so I could do it here at the apartment and then drop it back off for him. And I went to turn my head when I was driving because I haven't been driving, you know. I could feel like a sore in my neck. I'm just like, whoa, I haven't done this, like, look both directions in a long time. So I figured it would be fun to add this in today too. So now if you have a weight of some sort, you know, just 5 pounds, a little bit, or you can even use your bungee too, Tammy, if you want, and just put it to your feet and have it. We're gonna do shoulder lifts. So you just lift the one shoulder up with the weight and all the way down. Now make sure that you're not moving it forward or backwards. It's going straight up and straight back down. We're gonna do 10 on each side. Really think about pulling the shoulder up and not squeezing your neck. You want your neck to be nice and tall still, and you're really just doing the shoulder. And do about 10 on each side. And then keep your weight, because now we're going to do side bends. So now this time, instead of moving your shoulder at all, keep your shoulders straight out and really focus on bringing your hand and your weight down to your knee. But this is the one where you want to make sure that you're staying very straight with your upper body. So I'm not coming this way or this way. I'm really just going straight to the side and back up. You should feel that stretch on the opposite side. Yeah. And the compression on the side that you have your weight on. Do 10 on each side. And then switch sides.
What are you doing? Show off.
And then just do some simple twists. Take your weight out in front of you. This is the last one for the set. You just go straight to one side and straight to the other. And really let that weight kind of be that pendulum. So you'll feel that stretch go all the way across your abs there. Cool. So that's the set. So this time through, go ahead and grab a drink quick. This time through, we're going to do it a little bit more fluidly. So we'll go one right into the other, into the other. And then the third time through, we really want to focus on as much as possible of each one. It's so nice and sunny out, but still so damn cold. All right. So on our backs, start with the side crunch. Looks like you have a ghost behind you, Sam. There we go. All right, so the figure four side crunch. Switch sides. V leg lifts, 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, nice and slow and controlled. That one gets my abs good. All right, now crunches. shoulder press. None of my gym clothes fit me anymore. See, that must be a good sign. The scale doesn't change, but none of my clothes fit, so I'm good.
Oh.
All right, what's next? Oh, neck bends. So you can either use the bungee or not. Either way is fine. Side to side 10 times, front and back 10 times. Slow and controlled. All right, shoulder lifts. Grab your little weight. And remember, straight up and straight down. Try not to move the opposite shoulder too, because you'll notice that that'll actually help some too. Now side bends. Then finish it off with twists. Nice. 2 sets down. Last set. We'll push ourselves real hard this one. All right. Figure four side crunch as many times as you can each side. Whew. Really make sure you get that twist in there too. Oh, my abs are gonna kill me tomorrow. All right, leg lifts. Nice and slow. Crunches. Downward dog shoulder press. Next. Nice and slow. Don't squeeze. Don't compress your neck. Make sure that you're still feeling tall in your neck. And keep the shoulders down. Especially when you're doing forwards and backwards. Imagine somebody's pulling a string from the top of your head and is keeping that neck really long while you're doing it. So you're not collapsing the vertebrae in your neck. All right, shoulder push, shoulder lift. So this 5-pound ball gets heavier and heavier each time.
I have 15.
All right, side bends. Remember to keep that upper body nice and straight. Feel it in that side. Tomorrow it'll feel like you broke a rib. These muscles up here, you just don't really use often, except for in like these types of movements. Even in the twist, like in that torso twist, it's more like your lower side.
Yeah.
These ones, you stretch out those ribs there, and then tomorrow, like it'll be tender to the touch because it's a really thin muscle that's right there. When I first started doing these in the gym, I totally thought the next day that I like somehow broke a rib because it was so sore. And then finish off with torso twists. Nice. Good job, you guys. Make sure you do your stretches and cool down. And if you guys are watching or you ever want to, you can always do another round or 2 more rounds of like 2 more full sets of them. I like to do 3s. I don't know. It's just kind of I'm a power of 3s kind of person. But the nice part about these is you can always adapt them once again to how it works for you or do them longer if you want to as well. Tomorrow, we will be back for another one. So thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
See you later.